In His Watch Has Ended News.
Oh.
Submitted by Jake from State Farm.
With a PH.
Fuck Jake.
Kit Harington has checked into a luxury rehab for stress and alcohol.
Because the show ended, so he's sad.
Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. I know you don't watch Game of Thrones.
Do you know what the name of the center's called?
You will always be my queen. You talking about Kit Harington?
Yes.
Bless you. It's it.
He's sad because his life is done.
So this is Kit Harington.
Oh, this dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Poor dude, man.
Isn't he married
What's
to...
he going through? What's the...
Egret.
Egret, yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? That's his real wife?
Yeah, real life.
They-
Because their chemistry was amazing.
They fell in love and they got married.
You know what was fucking disgusting on the show? Is when they first had sex, he ate her fucking out, and they were fucking dirty as shit.
Oh, that must have been musty ass pussy.
It was fucking disgusting.
You know what he probably did? He got snow and then he washed it off.
Yeah, she didn't feel a thing, huh?
Yeah.
No, weren't they in the
They were in the
cave?
They
It
were
was
inside the
like
cave.
there was like a little hot tub there.
Didn't take a bath first?
No, I think they just went straight to fucking.
That's like public info? Like he told that story?
No, it's in the show.
And then Egret looked at him
I was
and said,
like, dang,
"How'd
he's
you do
really
that thing with your
open.
mouth, Jon Snow?
Oh yeah, she did say that.
You always be my
So
queen."
he is staying at this luxury Connecticut health retreat called Privé Suisse.
See, it's a health retreat. I hate it when people get something and then twist the fucking words around. He's a fucking alcoholic.
No, it's an actual rehab place where they specialize on alcoholics. They specialize in alcoholics and like people, successful people that have like that feel like they have no purpose in life anymore.
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. It's more of like a mindfulness, wellness
So it's
type
wellness
place.
clinic.
Yeah, so like when I first read this article, I felt bad for him because, well, number one, I'm a fan, but then number two, people that
clickbait.
haven't done things at an extreme level, I don't think they understand the down that you feel, right? So like when special ops dudes, when they come back from war, it's very normal to get debriefed. And then so
What does debriefed mean?
Like they tell you, okay, like these are the things that, this is how any loose ends that need to be tied up in your brain. Okay, we didn't kill that guy, this guy, whatever, rules of engagement. When you come back, you're gonna go back to your families. Like there's a lot of things that help you
Mentally
bring
prepare.
you back down, right? So anything at a high level, whether it's sports, movie stars, or anything, when you're like up here and it
President?
just drops off, yeah, presidency.
JK
like,
News?
You need to get debriefed and slowly come back down so you don't just like feel like you're on top of the world and then the next
Like
day
a
you're
prisoner, like an inmate that's
yeah,
just kind of released.
they need to get debriefed too.
Yeah.
So for this, to me, this is like a very normal thing. I'm like, that's dope. I like how he checked himself in so he can kind of slowly transition back into normal life after you've been on top of the
I
world.
understand.
But I think a lot of people, they see it and they're like, oh my God, he's an alcoholic. I'm like, no,
Yeah,
dude.
they gotta make it in the
Well,
news.
they like they're saying that he's in the clinic predominantly for stress and exhaustion and also alcohol because he realized that he became very dependent on alcohol. So he does have an alcohol
He just
problem.
sounds like a normal Korean father, dude. Like, I don't understand what the problem is. It sounds like my uncle, dude. It's all good.
I feel like he's depressed because the show's done. So
Exactly.
his identity's gone.
That's exactly why he's in there because he's
10 years.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, they said 8 years.
Imagine how Jaleel White felt when they ended Family Matters.
Oh yeah.
Dang.
You needed something like this too.
So he's been there for.
Or Harry Potter boy.
Yeah, he
You need
was.
some shit like this too.
He actually did do it too.
Good.
When the character dies, so does your soul.
Yeah, Harry Potter, and then also the guy from Mad Men.
Oh, the main
Troopers.
John? No.
Imagine how they
John
felt.
Hamm.
Yeah, John Hamm.
He's so
Yeah.
hot.
He also had to go to rehab for the same, like a similar thing.
What about the cast of Saved by the
He's like the
Bell?
leading man, right?
Oh, dude, that was probably really hard.
Anybody
then
that's been on
also-
top of the world, they need something like this.
So it's also like particularly though for like this specific problem. So they're calling it like the curse of the leading man, right? So you have this show that has a really long run. You're supposed to be portraying this very like strong man that's like the lead role, and then it takes up a chunk of your life. And so when it ends, men in particular, because they're the ones in these.
Well, I think this
they
makes
take it really hard.
complete sense. Because there's people who need to be debriefed and they haven't done shit in their lives. Like, you know, like those high school guys? They're like, do you remember high school? It's like, do you need to be debriefed for your high school glory? You fuck? Shut the fuck up, dude. So if people like that feel it, then I can only understand what they're going through. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So they're saying
I used to throw a football really hard in high school.
This facility, do you guys want to guess how much it costs per month?
$1 million.
$20,000. $20,000
million.
a month.
Okay, everyone's at the same time.
It's 100.
20,000.
20,000?
I already know.
Because I read and I told
Oh,
her.
you already know? I would guess something like that would be like 50K.
So, you guys know it's 120.
I was close.
Damn.
20,000.
That's how much a debrief costs?
Wait a minute. Does it come with a harem of women that's willing to suck you dry?
Who the fuck says the word harem, dude? That's such a random word that you.
No, so this
A
facility,
harem of women.
they have services that include acupuncture, Pilates, infrared sauna treatments, yoga, therapeutic massages, and private villas with housekeeping, fine linens, and a gourmet chef.
He could literally do all that at home for less than 120.
So those are the services, but obviously so he has been undergoing psychological coaching, practicing mindful meditation and cognitive behavioral therapy to combat stress and deal with negative emotions, and also like his alcohol issue.
Is that why he just keeps? Does he just walk around still talking like Jon Snow?
Tell him what you read about.
You read about this shit?
Yeah,
Him going into town? That part?
No, how he was like, he never wanted to be the lead.
Oh.
Like,
He never wanted to be the
Oh,
king.
when John died?
So for him, he got stressed out after, like the stress he started
The
feeling
main
it
catalyst
after.
of the stress came from this.
Yeah, after he died and then came back to life, because then the show kind of revolved around him heavily.
He wanted to just die.
Because
No,
it
he
was
just didn't want it
ensemble
to be him.
cast, so it was Game of Thrones, right? It was like more ensemble cast. You're like a fan of everybody, but after he died and came back to life, the spotlight kind of was on him because now he's like the chosen one in the show. No one else has gone through something like that. So now he was like, "Fuck! Now I'm carrying the weight of the show. I don't want to be the star of the show. I just want to be like everyone else."
He should have been relieved with the season finale because it led nowhere.
Dang, that's the thing for him though. He said okay, let me read to you some of
Fucking
his
writers,
quotes.
you stupid asses.
So he said, my darkest period was when the show seemed to become so much about John when he died and came back. I really didn't like the focus of the whole show coming in onto John. When you become a cliffhanger of a TV show, and a TV show probably at the height of its power, the focus on you is fucking terrifying. That was a time when I started therapy and started talking to people. I had felt very unsafe and I wasn't talking to anyone. And then he's saying that after filming the final scenes for Game of Thrones, that's when he had a full-on breakdown because when they called a wrap, he just broke down, and when he had to go and take the costume off, he said that he felt like he was being skinned. Like, yeah, like this character, like this
He
is the
became
last
John.
time that they were ripping off this character from him, and it just felt like he was being skinned.
No, you could just be John every day for no reason. Take the costume.
How old is he? Or how old is he?
He's now 32.
So he was 22, right? Or like, well,
What's 32 take away 8?
Okay, I keep thinking 10
Well,
years.
I think the show was shot over 8 seasons, so it was 8 years, but there was time for it to be released, so technically it's 10.
And there was,
10
like, they
years.
had-
He worked on it for
right?
10 years.
Because then they had a year off.
Production is probably a long time
Yeah,
for
they
sure.
skipped a year too.
Oh, that's true. But I get, yeah, because they're saying that he played Jon Snow for 8 years.
Oh,
but
right.
It is like 10 years.
He was a baby. He was 22 years old.
Yeah. So that's like a,
And he met his wife there too. Like it's like a
It's his
huge
identity.
chunk.
all of them, like Bran too. Like he was a baby. Arya was like how old? Like
Oh
fucking.
my god, dude. I bet you when he fucks his wife, he's doing it as Jon Snow. 100% now. Jon Snow's like
He's
5
so
foot
little.
He's like
He
5 foot-
has enough money to get in the costume, go to fucking Norway, go up in the ice, and just bone his wife there.
Yeah.
And live out his life as a wildling.
And then they're reporting that Rose is being Leslie Rose is her name. Rose Leslie, sorry.
Her name is Egret.
Huh?
Her name is Egret.
Okay, Egret is being so extremely supportive.
Cause she's sad too.
Because he fucking shot his ass.
I know.
Bows and arrows.
Fucking bitch.
Out of love though.
I bet you they cried together about the show.
Probably, yeah.
Did you guys see The Last Watch?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
That documentary
It's really
at
cute.
the end is really dope.
I did see that viral clip though.
guys should
of
watch
Where he
John finding
cried?
Out. I was like, damn.
That's probably where he was feeling like he was getting his skin ripped off his body. That's why he was crying.
No, he cried when he found out he kills.
Because they're doing a
Daenerys.
table read, like the very, very, very
The
first
one that
table
they
read.
shred.
I know, I saw that one. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. And then he read that he's supposed to kill Daenerys.
He was like,
That's why, see, now it all makes sense. I was like, why the fuck is he
Known for
crying?
Years or something, I heard.
2 years.
Yeah.
He
so
was
she
crying like he was actually him. Now it makes sense.
Yeah, he didn't remove himself from that.
Yeah, he was crying as if he was actually killing her, and it was just
All of them were though. Like I
no.
can see.
It was just him. He was bawling like a little bitch.
No, even Lord Ferris or whatever, his character, when he found out he died, yeah, he wanted to cry too. Then he like kind of threw the script a little bit because he was like, "Whoa, I can't believe I'm dead now."
Yeah, but he went, but he was like this. He was like convulsing a little bit. I was like, okay, dude, relax, dude.
Well, anyway, what are your guys' thoughts on the finale?
I thought it was great.
Sucked.
I told
hated it.
in this room, there's 2 people that I wish becomes crowned. Spoiler, if you didn't watch it, fuck you. But there's 2 people. I said
best
I
finale
want
in the
either
world.
Tyrion.
Shouldn't have clicked on this video.
I want either Tyrion or Bran.
Tyrion.
But that's not the reason why people were upset. Yeah, technically, if you want to break the wheel, it makes sense that Bran would be
Yes.
the king.
Yeah.
But they did not lead up the story
Ever.
to make it that way. They even gave him a line where he said he is not a person anymore.
Yeah.
He doesn't want anything because he's a 3-eyed raven.
He's supposed to have no titles, no
Yeah,
nothing.
that line was weird because he was like, "Why do you think I'm here for?"
Exactly.
It's like, that's weird.
That line
He said
pissed
that?
me off. I was like, that doesn't make sense with what you led up to us for the past fucking 8 years.
And why does everyone listen to fucking Tyrion all of a sudden? He's the one in
I know!
chains, and now he
They go,
thinks
shut up. And he goes, all right. And he goes, wait, can I speak for a little bit? And he
Yeah,
speaks
and then
for
now
like
he
10
just-
minutes straight.
and everyone's like, yeah, that.
And then now Bran all of a sudden, I was so fucking
King
confused.
makes the right choice.
You actually liked it though, right?
I like the way it ended, yeah, but did I like how the
It just felt so
there's-
lazy.
you could get caught up in the minutia, but then if you look at the macro, right, the best way to end the Game of Thrones is to give it to a person who will end the Game of Thrones.
Right, but I wish they would have just set it up a little bit better.
Yeah, but like I said,
It
like
was so rushed.
nobody's mad that Bran is the king. They're mad because
I'm mad.
it didn't make sense for him to be
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
They could have let
Right,
it
but
out
then
the right way.
if
but-
Jon was the king, how predictable is that?
It would have been.
No,
right.
I think people are just mad that Bran's the king, not that Jon's not the king.
they're mad because
Then
they-
who else would have?
All of the character development, all of the setup, it was just thrown out the window.
So like Game of Thrones has never
Like, make
been
Sam
about.
the king. That would have made more sense.
So Game of Thrones has never been about like the ending. It's always been about the means.
Yeah.
So how you got there is so far more.
You're saying there wasn't enough development behind
No.
Bran's character
the
for
journey, yeah, the
That's
journey.
what I mean by lazy. It was just so fucking rushed, and they were just like, you know what? Let's just shut everyone up and let's just fucking end this.
Because like I feel like a lot of the
Ah.
time, like I already said this from the beginning when I started watching the show. The show is hyper predictable for me. So after a while, I stopped caring about the end. It was how are you going to get to this point? Because for me, I had a feeling Bran was going to be king, but they weren't leading anywhere to it. So I was like, I guess he won't be.
Yeah.
So like even the plot twist doesn't make any sense because he literally stated he's just a 3-eyed raven and that's his position. Then he goes, why do you think I've been doing this whole thing? But then where did you warp to? Where the fuck did you warp to? They didn't fucking answer that part either. On top of that too, fucking Cersei and what's his
Jamie?
name? Jamie, you could have just moved to the right. You wouldn't have
Me
died.
too. When Tyrion came back and saw the hand there, I'm like, so they could have survived if they just fucking moved 10 feet? This is stupid.
I didn't like how the Hound died too. I thought that was stupid.
with his brother.
Yeah, the way and kind of like how they developed.
I got that one. That one made sense. to me.
But how they developed his brother and his hate relationship, they didn't really highlight it that much, aside from the fact that it was a peace note in his past where he hated his brother. So the fact that his brother snapped out of it and started fighting him was a little odd for me.
That was
the
weird.
way he like Cersei commanded him, and then he was just like, "Fuck you." That's the first time he ever broke Cersei's command.
Yeah.
So that was really weird.
It was very odd.
Like he had a mind of his own all of a sudden when he
Dude,
never.
I laughed so hard when Cersei left.
Yeah, she just walked. She's like, okay, I'm going.
Yeah, the last episode, man, that shit.
for me.
Well, I hope you never watch it.
Yeah, I probably won't.
It's been spoiled.
It's
Well, you're not gonna
hard-
remember any of that stuff.
And even with Bran saying that line, why do you think I came all the way here? That means you let all those innocent people die this whole time just so you could become
Dumbass
king?
could be king.
Aren't you the most evil person in the world? It's like,
And you know what's another dumb line? He goes, have you found the dragon? They're like, oh, it might be over here. He goes, all right, I'll go find it then.
Yeah, what?
You could have done it the whole time, you asshole! What the fuck?
He's so lazy.
He fucking lazy. He's the laziest person
Always
ever.
hated that fool. Always.
and I still don't know where the fuck he went when the White Walkers. The
Yeah.
White Walker, somebody goes, I'm a trip right now. Oh shit, motherfucker.
I thought they were gonna answer that.
He just started tripping out of nowhere.
He just got his drones and he was watching the whole thing.
That shit was so fucking funny. He goes, hey, Bran, shit's about to go down. He goes, oh, really?
He just popped the email. Oh fuck. Oh goddamn. It's like, what the fuck?
You gotta watch the show to understand what we're talking about, dude.
I feel like I haven't heard people talk about it more than when it was bad.
Yeah.
So maybe that was kind of a good thing.
Yeah. Because the writing was so good before. It's just.
Yeah.
It's funny because like
think-
even though people are talking more about it now, I feel less inclined to watch it because everyone's talking about how much it ended up bad. Kind of like what happened with
It was
Lost.
so good.
Remember how Lost? Everybody was into it, and then it wrote itself into a corner, and then people are like, "Don't
I
even
never
bother."
saw Lost, but I did hear about the
Yeah,
ending,
right.
and I immediately thought of Lost when I saw
Lost didn't make any sense towards the last couple seasons.
Right, and that's what makes you not want to watch any of it.
I heard it was because of the writer's strike during that
It was.
time.
It was the writer's strike that
Yeah.
fucked
So
them
they
all.
were lazy writing.
But
and
now
stuff.
you know because of Game of Thrones, it wasn't writer's strike that created